All right, guys, good morning. It is August 20th, 2020. Today is your 7th day of school, and we are about to start with greeting Mrs. Nagy. So I'm going to start with Amani because she's first on my list. What would you like to do with me today, Amani? Mwah. Good morning, Amani. Kane? Good morning, Kane. Cervantes? Oh, tip hat. All right. Connor? Okay. Good morning, Connor. Noah? Good morning, Noah. Jamarcus? Good morning, Jamarcus. Emily? Good morning, Emily. Wilfred? Good morning, Wilfred. And finally, Quentin? Good morning, Quentin. Okay, let's see who's doing the greeting of the day. Batman. Wilfred! Okay, our greeting of the day is sing it out. Oh my God, you guys are going to be so embarrassed. Okay. Sing it out is just literally you sing the person's name, okay? So I can understand if you guys get embarrassed about this one and you really don't want to sing, or because you guys are kids and you didn't have enough sugar in your cereal this morning or no coffee. But sing it out is just, I'll just show how. Good morning, Amani. Okay, go ahead, Amani. You'll unmute yourself. And then you will sing out Mrs. Nagy. But honestly, if you're not up yet, you could just say good morning, okay?
Good morning, Miss Nagy.
Good, thank you. Okay, Amani, you will now sing it out loud to Kane.
Good morning,
Mrs.
Kane.
Nagy. Okay, Cervantes, can you say good morning to Kane? You can either sing it out or you could just say good morning.
Good morning, Kane.
Yay! He decided to sing it out. Okay, Cervantes, you'll now say good morning to Connor, and then afterwards you'll mute your mic.
Connor.
Good job. Connor, you will now sing out Cervantes.
Good morning, Cervantes.
Good. And now you will greet Noah.
Good morning, Noah.
Thank you. You may mute your mic. All right, Noah, you may sing it out loud to Connor.
Good morning, Connor.
Yay! Okay, and now Noah, you'll sing it out loud to Jamarcus.
Good morning, Jamarcus.
Thank you. Jamarcus, can you take your hand off the screen? Can you just say good morning to Noah?
Good morning, Noah.
Thank you. Now, Jamarcus, can you say good morning to Emily?
Good morning, Emily.
Thank you. All right. Emily, can you sing it out or say good morning to Jamarcus?
Good morning, Jamarcus.
Thank you. Now, Emily, can you say good morning to Wilfred?
Good morning, Wilfred.
Thank you. Wilfred, can you sing it out loud or say good morning to Emily?
Emily.
Thank you. And then Wilfred, can you say good morning to Quentin?
Good morning, Quentin.
Thank you, Wilfred. And finally, Quentin, can you sing it out loud or simply say good morning to Wilfred?
Good morning, Wilfred.
Thank you. And our new student is here. Her name is Gabriella. Welcome. So we're just finishing up our greeting of the day. If everybody wants to wave to Gabriella and say welcome. We're all saying good morning because we start off the day with greeting each other, okay, so that we can become friends, okay? So everyone, can we unmute our mics and say good morning, Gabriella?
Only you see
Gabriella. Good morning, Gabriella. All right, good job, guys. Now we're going to mute our mic. And we're going to see who shares their pet today or tells us about their dream pet. Batman. Kane. Yay. Kane, do you have a pet?
Yes.
Yay. Go get it. If you can. Because I know they're elusive. Yay, he has a cat. All right, you want to tell us about your cat? Is it a boy or girl?
That's a boy.
What's his name?
Halo.
Halo? Like an angel's halo?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to tell us about your cat? Go ahead.
Yeah, we just sit around and float outside.
Cool.
Even though he's not a real outside cat.
Okay, so you kind of let him tiptoe outside. Do you have a favorite memory with your cat?
Yeah. Me and Kate are playing outside.
Okay. All right, does anyone want to ask Kane about his really cute pet? Quentin, go ahead. The floor is yours.
When did you get your pet?
Last year.
last year.
Okay, thank you for the question, Quentin. Noah?
Do you know what kind of cat it is? No.
No, it's probably just a domestic short-haired cat. That's just like the typical cat. And then finally, Connor, you want to add your question? Thank you, Noah, for your input. Oh,
How old is it?
do you know how old it is?
1 year.
About 1 year old. Okay, and then finally, Cervantes, you want to ask your question? Oh, is its eyes closed right now? It looks kind of sleepy. Yeah, the cat wasn't ready for the camera today. He woke him up. All right, thank you, Kane, so much for sharing your pet with us this morning. Okay, now, Mrs. Nagy's favorite part of the day. Let's get to question of the day, okay? Batman. Noah! Okay, our question of the day is, what is one thing that happened to you this week? So what's something that's memorable that happened to you this week? Oh my God, I got a pretty boring life. I made some bomb pancakes on Monday. I made like banana pancakes on Monday. Okay, all right. Noah, you want to share something cool or something memorable that happened to you this week?
Nothing really.
Nothing really. How about school? And meeting the best teacher in the world, props to me. All right, Noah, thank you so much. Amani, did anything happen to you this week?
School.
Okay, school. Okay, Kane, you want to share something memorable that happened to you this week? This one's going to be hard.
Playing with my army toys.
Playing with your army toys. Okay, maybe we can talk about that a little bit later. Because I love my little G.I. Joes.
I'll show you later.
Okay.
No, not.
Thank you, Kane. Cervantes, you want to share anything memorable that happened this week? Did you play like a new video game? Did you like see your friends or anything like that?
I was playing on my game Fortnite.
Okay. Did you win? Did you get first place? I forgot what it's called. Connor, you wanna share something memorable this week? Go ahead.
Well, yesterday, my father's mom,
So
my
your grandma? Okay.
Yeah, I call her Apple for short.
Okay.
And she sent a package with a lot of cool stuff in it.
Ooh, he got kind of like a care package with some awesome stuff in it. Thank you, Connor. Noah, would you like to share something awesome or something unique that happened to you this week?
No, but when you win in first place in Fortnite, it's called Victory Royale.
Victory Royale. Yeah. See, I played that game like twice, and I thought I'm not gonna lie. I know every kid loves it, but I was like, boo. I didn't think it was good. But my husband got addicted to it for a while. Thank you, Noah. Jamarcus, did anything like unique happen to you this week, or did you do anything special? No? Okay. Emily, how about you? You want to share something cool that happened to you this week?
Yeah, I'll be right back. I have to show you something what I did.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I drew this yesterday with my brother.
Ooh, kind of like the story we did yesterday?
Yeah.
Awesome. So after our story yesterday, she decided to draw a picture with her brother yesterday. I like that, Emily. Good job. Wilfred, did anything special happen to you? I know it's hard to do cool stuff right now since everything is closed and we can't go outside. So I know this question's kind of hard to answer.
Our trampoline. Because my dad's brother put it up.
Oh, I envy you. I haven't been on a trampoline since forever. I'm going to go to your house and jump on your trampoline.
Yeah, we did a flipping contest.
Oh, well, I can't flip, but all right. Thank you, Wilfred. Quentin, you want to share something special that happened to you this weekend? Not this weekend, just this week?
My mom played the game with me. We played Disney Infinity.
Okay, so you kind of had like a game night with Mom? Cool. All right. Thank you. And Gabriella, would you like to share something unique that happened to you this week?
I played Adopt Me.
You played it. What's that? I've never heard of that.
So there's this game called Roblox with little games inside of it, and I played one of the games called Adopt.
See, now I know. I've never played Roblox, but I think I've heard every kid mention it. I don't know what that thing is, but I'm pretty sure that every kid in the world has played Roblox. All right, so now we're going to move on to our schedule of the day, kind of our typical day, okay? And I'll move it up so everyone can see it. So 8 o'clock morning meeting, 8:25 pledge and poem of the week, 8:30 we'll be doing our spelling, 8:45 our reading block, and our story today is called I Am Enough. It's one of my favorite stories. 9:35 we'll be doing our writing block prompt. You already know how. 10 o'clock math, some dog. 10:50 whole class reading of Old Yeller, and we'll be going into chapter 2 today. And then our final thoughts. All right, in Mrs. Nagy's class, we use kind words and work quietly. We work hard and help. We are kind, happy, and respectful. We respect our classroom and always keep it clean. We are a great classroom. Awesome. Nagy will read the poem of the week, and then we'll take our first 5-minute break. I didn't do it. I've heard you can't get in trouble for something you didn't do. My mother said that was correct. My teacher confirmed it was true. I'm guessing they must not have meant it. Imagine my shock and dismay to find out I was in trouble for not doing my homework today. Okay, guys, right now it is 8:27. You will actually have, a 5-minute break. So we'll return at 8:32. So at this time, we are now back from our break. I need you all to go to your spelling and complete your spelling, okay? And we'll do it for only 10 minutes today, not the 15, and then we'll take our second break, okay? All right, so now we are back. We are starting our reading block today. So like I said earlier during our schedule, today our story is called I Am Enough. So I'm going to read the question today before the video, and just like before, I'll give you guys an opportunity to respond. So our question today is, have you ever experienced a moment when you felt like you were not good enough, that you weren't special, that you couldn't make a difference, and that everyone was better than you? So did you ever feel a moment like that where you were just like, man, I suck at everything. I'm pretty much like a loser. I'm awful. Tell me if you ever felt like that. Amani?
Yes, when I was upset.
Okay, so you want to tell us about that, about like how you felt, like why you felt that way?
I felt upset and mad, and I felt like, I don't think I'm good enough.
Okay. All right. So thank you, Amani, for sharing that. So, okay, she experienced a moment where she just felt like she wasn't good enough. Quentin, and then at the end, I'll share mine, okay?
This one time I was at my other nan's house.
Mm-hmm.
I got super, super angry, and then I was like, no one gets me. I'm just a loser.
Okay. So you just felt like at a time nobody understood you, okay? And so you just didn't feel like enough. Did anyone else like to share about a time when they just felt like they weren't good enough? A very common one, it is like on the playground when you're racing your friends and either, you're not the fastest one, or the gym teacher tells you to do something and you're just not good at it, or you struggle at math. You see all these kids getting 100 on their spelling test or something like that, and you fail, and you're just like, I'm just not smart. I'm not good enough. So I'm gonna go in and share the moment where I felt like I wasn't good enough. Some backstory: when Mrs. Nagy was 18, she was hit by a car. And so I had to go through a lot of physical therapy, and my hip was kind of messed up. So when she joined the Army at 19, we run a lot. And Mrs. Nagy was a slow runner because of her injury from getting hit by a car. But the other soldiers didn't try to understand that I was recovering from injury. They just saw me as a slow runner, an unfit soldier. And so whenever we would take our PT test or run together, I would always be the slowest one because, like I said, I had injury and I couldn't keep up. So I just felt like I wasn't good enough. Like I couldn't be a good soldier. But now I try to run almost every week because I tell myself that I am good enough. Okay? All right, so what we'll do is we will move into our story now. So I'm going to present. And thank you, everyone, for sharing their stories. I know it can be hard sometimes when we just are down and out on ourselves. Okay, so our story is called
I Am Enough. Aspires. Like the sun, I'm here to shine. Like the voice, I'm here to sing. Like the bird, I'm here to fly and soar high over everything. Like the trees, I'm here to grow. Like the mountains, here to stand. Like time, I'm here to be and be everything I can. Like the champ, I'm here to fight. Like the heart, I'm here to love. Like a ladder, here to climb, and like the air, to rise above. Like the wind, I'm here to push. Like a rope, I'm here to pull. Like the rain, I'm here to pour, and drip and fall until I'm full. Like the moon, I'm here to dream. Like the student, here to learn. Like the water, here to swell. Like the fire, here to burn. Like the winner, I'm here to win. And if I don't, get up again. I know that I may sometimes cry, but even then, I'm here to try. I'm not meant to be like you. You're not meant to be like me. Sometimes we will get along, and sometimes we will disagree. I know that we don't look the same. Our skin, our eyes, our hair, our frame. But that does not dictate our worth. We both have places here on earth. And in the end, we are right here to live a life of love, not fear. To help each other when it's tough. To say together, I am enough.
Okay, guys, so that's kind of one of my favorite stories. Like I said, I hope you guys are practicing your I am statements in the morning, but I definitely try to tell myself every single day in the morning while I'm brushing my teeth that I am enough. Okay, it is so easy to compare yourself to other people and to feel like you're not as good as other people, but I promise you, in your own unique way, you are special. Does anyone want to share about this story though?
He said, we don't look the same. Our eyes, our hair, and our skin colors are different.
Yeah, so who looks like Mrs. Nagy? None of you, right? Nobody looks like me. Does that make you any less special than me? No, because you are all beautiful and handsome in your own way, because I'm pretty sure every single one of your moms or dads have called you beautiful or handsome, because guess what? You are. Would anyone else like to share about our story and about feeling enough?
Okay, so right now what I'm thinking is like if you get down or lose something, you can always get up and try again.
Absolutely. Absolutely. For example, like if I would have allowed the other soldiers to say, oh, you're slow, you're not fast, you can't run, you shouldn't be in the army, if I allowed them to dictate my worth, then I would have just stopped right there and I would have just kept sitting on the floor. But I decided to get back up and just continue to run and to just tell myself I am enough. Okay, so now we are going to answer, or you guys can answer the question after the video. But our question for today after our reading is, how can you shine or soar or grow today? Okay, what is something good you can fight for today? And often than not, it's just good to fight for yourself every single day. So what is one way that you can be pretty much your best self today? Who would like to share?
For school.
Okay, so maybe you can tell yourself at school, we're all smart in our own different ways. I don't have to be as good as someone else in math. I'm good the way that I am. Does anyone else want to share about how they can soar today? Emily?
My home.
Okay, so how can you...
Which is Evan.
Okay, so what can you do at home today to make you feel good about yourself?
Like doing the dishes or like cleaning up.
Okay, so if you do the dishes, maybe you could feel good about yourself because you're helping out mommy and daddy. Okay, all right, I can get that. Feeling like, you know, you're just a good child. I like that. So that was pretty much our story today. What Mrs. Nagy is trying to do, what she's been trying to do these last 2 weeks, is to just build your confidence, okay? You guys are very smart, intelligent students, but you are young, so you're very susceptible, or it's easy for you to feel like someone is better than you, okay? You will eventually grow into teenagers and into adults, and you'll get into your own mold and realize your true potential. But as of right now, don't allow anyone to tell you that you are not good or that you are not worthy of feeling like your best self, okay? So that was the message for today. At this time, I'm going to give you our third 5-minute break, so we will return at 9:10. Yeah, because it is now time, okay? Thank you, Ashlyn. So everyone, please come back and join me. If you can hear me, please come back and join me. We will now be moving into our writing. All right, at this time, guys, except for Gabriella, I need you to press in that turn in button even if you are not done, because remember, the goal of this week is for Mrs. Nagy to see that you know how to turn in, okay? So Mrs. Nagy's going to go to the writing assignment, and you can kind of see her screen. She's going to go, and she's going to show you how she knows if you turn in, okay? Oh, man, I'm so proud of you guys. Every single one of you turned in. Okay, so you know what? We are going to have an 8-minute break right now because I think you guys earned it, okay? So we're going to come back at 10:35, okay? Go ahead, enjoy your time. Thank you so much for learning how to press that turn in button, okay? All right, so at this time, you'll be doing your 10 to 15 minutes of your choice of Prodigy if you can sign on, or Some Dog, okay? So Gabriella, in the classroom, every month we read a chapter book, but the cool thing is that Miss Nagy shows 3 books, and then you guys get to vote on the book. So you choose the book of the month. And so this month, the students chose this book called Old Yeller, and it is such an amazing book. It's a sad book about a little boy. Well, he's not little. He's a teenager. He's 14, but it's the year 1860, and he lives on a farm, and his dad just left to go on a trip or something, and so he has to be the man of the house. And ever since his dad was like, okay, you got to be the man in the house, he thinks he's all high and mighty. So he starts like hitting the donkeys and his little brother Arliss for some reason. And the story is about him finding or meeting a stray dog. And at first he hates the dog, but then he comes to love the dog. And it is a sad story because what happens is like super duper sad, okay? But all that I ask my students is that if the book has a movie, please do not watch the movie before we finish the book, because one of our assignments after we read the book will be for you to watch the movie, and then when we come back, we're going to say what was the same and what was different in the book. So imagine one of these Fridays after we finish this book, one of your homework is just going to be to sit down and watch a movie. Okay.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah, because now we're going to start our reading.
Okay.
So, Emily, can I have you mute your mic? Okay, so remember, I'll kind of gauge you guys. I really want to finish this chapter because, like I said, it's real short. It's only 4 pages. And it's about him finally meeting Old Yeller. But I'm going to look at you guys, and if you start to fall asleep, I'll stop, okay? So here we go. Oh, and yesterday we finished off on him hitting the donkey, okay? For some reason, the donkey didn't want to finish his work, and so he hit the donkey, okay? All right, here we go. It was the next morning when the big yeller dog came. I found him at daylight when Mama told me to step out to the dog run and cut down a side of meat hanging on the pole. The minute I opened the door and looked up, I saw that the meat was gone. It had been tied to the rafter with grass blades braided together like string. Now nothing was left hanging on the pole but the ends of the blades. I looked down then. At that same instant, a dog rose from where he'd been curled up on the ground beside the barrel that held our corn mill. He was a big, ugly, slick-haired yeller dog. One short ear had been chewed clear off, and his tail had been bobbed so close to his rump is just butt, that there was hardly stub enough left to wag. But the most notable thing to me about him was how thin and starved looking he was, all but for his belly. His belly was swelled up as tight and round as a pumpkin. It wasn't hard to tell how come that belly was so full. All I had to do was look at the piece of curled up rind lying in the dirt beside him, with all the meat gnawed off. That side of meat had been a big one, but now there wasn't enough meat left on the rind to interest a rat. Well, to lose the only meat we had left from last winter's hog, butchering was bad enough. But what made me even madder was the way the dog acted. He didn't even have the manners to feel ashamed of what he had did. He rose to his feet, stretched and yawned, and came romping towards me, wiggling that stubbed tail and yelling, "Yo, yo, yo!" just like he belonged there and I was his best friend. "Why, you thieving rascal!" I shouted and kicked at him as hard as I could. He ducked just in time so that I missed him by a hair, but nobody could have told I missed, after the way he fell over on the ground and lay there with his belly up and his feet in the air, scowling at the top of his voice. From the racket he made, you'd have thought I had a stick and was breaking it every bone in his body. Mama came running to stick her head through the door and say, "What on earth, Travis?" "Why, this old stray dog has come and eaten all of our meat," I said. I aimed another kick at him. He was quick and rolled out of reach again, just in time, then fell back to the ground and lay there yelling louder than ever. Then out came little Arliss. He was naked like he always was when he slept in the summer. He was hollering, "A dog! A dog!" He ran past me and fell on the ground and petted him until he quit howling and then turned on me, fighting mad. You quit kicking my dog, he yelled fiercely. You kick my dog, and I'll wear you. The battling stick that Mama used to beat the dirt out of clothes when she washed stood leaning against the wall. Now little Arliss grabbed it up in both his hands and came at me swinging. It was such a surprise move, little Arliss making fight at me that way, that I just stood there with my mouth open and let him clout at me a good one before I thought to move. Then Mama stepped in and took the stick away from him. Arliss turned on her, ready to fight with his bare fist. Then he decided against it and ran and put his arms around the big dog's neck. He began to yell, "He's my dog! You can't kick him! He's my dog!" The big dog was back on his feet now, wagging his stubbed tail again and licking the tears off Arliss's face with his pink tongue. Mama laughed. "Well, Travis," she said, "it looks like we've got us a dog." "But Mama," I said, "you don't mean we'd keep an ugly old dog like that? One that will come in and steal meat right out of the house." "Well, maybe we can't keep him," Mama said. "Maybe he belongs to someone around here who'll want him back." "He doesn't belong to anyone in the settlement," I said. "I know every dog at Salt Lick." "Well then," Mama said, "if he's a stray, there's no reason why little Arliss can't claim him. And you'll have to admit, he's a smart dog." Mighty few dogs have sense enough to figure out a way to reach a side of meat hanging that high. He must have climbed up on the top of that meal barrel and jumped from there. I went over and I looked at the wooden lid on top of the meal barrel, and sure enough, in the thin film of dust that had settled over it, there were dog tracks. "Well, all right," I admitted. "He's a smart dog, but I still don't want him." "Now, Travis," Mama said, "you're not being fair. You had a dog when you were little, but Arliss has never had one. He's too little for you to play with, and he gets lonely." I didn't say any more when Mama got her mind set a certain way. There was no use in arguing with her, but I didn't want that meat-thieving dog on the place, and I didn't aim to have him. I might have to put up with him for a day or so, but sooner or later, I'd find a way to get rid of him. Mama must have guessed what was going on in my mind, for she kept handing me sober looks all the time she was getting breakfast. She fed us cornmeal mush cooked in a pot swung over the fireplace. She sweetened it with honey that Papa and I had cut out of a tree last fall, and added cream skimmed off last night's milk. It was good eating, but I had my appetite whetted for fried, middling meat to go with it. Mama waited till I was done, then said, "Now, Travis, as soon as you've milked the cows, I think you ought to get your gun and try to kill us a fat young doe for meat. A doe is a deer. And while you're gone, I want you to do some thinking on what I said about little Arliss and his stray dog." Okay, that was our reading today. Who would like to share about their thoughts on Travis meeting Old Yeller for the first time? Quentin. And I will let everyone whose hand is up to go, but it's Quentin first. Go ahead, Quentin.
At first, he's about to not like the dog, but eventually he's about to like him.
Yeah,
but
so
he swallowed me, so that's good. And he tried to kick him too.
Yeah, so now we know that the first time Travis met the dog, he was trying to kick the dog. I mean, who kicks a dog? Come on. But then again, he did eat all of his meat. Cervantes?
Okay, so, at first he didn't like the dog, but I think he's starting to like the dog, and, I think his mom told him to, think about the dog.
Yeah, so right now he does not like the dog at all. He hasn't grown to love the dog yet. Right now he's just angry that he don't got no meat to eat with his breakfast.
And he tried to kick the dog, but the dog kept dodging.
Yeah, so the dog was faster than him. But, I mean, seriously, I can't imagine in my head wanting to kick an animal. That's horrible. Thank you, Cervantes. Mute your mic. Okay, we'll have Emily, then Gabriel, then Noah. And then we'll go into our final thoughts of the day. Okay, not Emily, sorry, Amani.
He did not like it, and his mother said, "But she said a little boy or your brother didn't have a pet, so you had a pet when you're a baby, so why can't he have a pet when he's a baby?"
Yeah, and I think the mom made a good point. I mean, just because he's supposed to be the man of the house doesn't mean he can tell his little brother, oh, you can't have a pet when he had a pet before. That's just not fair. We'll move into the final portion of the day. I just want to say I don't think anything went bad today. Nothing. We were on time. We only ate when we were supposed to. Our mics were off when we were supposed to. We were on every single program that we were supposed to. Every single one of you turned in your writing assignment. And for every lesson, you guys did so much input. I don't think there was anything that we needed to improve on today, like at all. Okay, Quentin, you want to share?
I am so happy that we got everything done. I'm very, very happy that we have an 8-minute break.
I know, and I think when I gave you that 8-minute break, you guys earned it because you did the work. All right, guys, so I just want to say congratulations. Day 7 is complete. We had another excellent day of e-learning. I'm coming to love my class. Yeah, and that is it. So I will see you tomorrow, and tomorrow is what, Friday? I will see you tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Bye, guys.